They told me, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I fixed it anyway. And then I fixed it again and again and again, until it finally broke.
Okay, so here we have it, a $90 Temu airbrush kit. I must confess I've never airbrushed anything in my life. I've painted a couple of cars before, very badly I might add, commercial vehicles, but this will be a first for me anyway. So I don't think this is a very good kit for $90. Obviously just a line, air line, runs from the compressor I suppose. A little jig to hold your airbrush on your bench I suppose, keep it upright. Yeah, there's your actual airbrush itself and some cleaning needles and cleaning brushes. And there's the little compressor. There's no reservoir, so it's going to be one of those ones that while you're painting it's running so that you get no quiet. So it'd be like the little compressor on a car, pumping up car tyres. It'll just run when you've got the trigger pulled, I assume. Set up nothing too strenuous or difficult. Just run the airline from there onto the fitting, screw them on. There's this carriage for your air gun. That just screws on via that. That unscrews and screws, slip it over the top and screw it on. I've prepared my first ever lure that I've made. Little open mouth popper, I guess you call them, with a spinner on the back. It'll have some treble on the back and another treble, bigger one, hang down below. But yeah, I'll paint him up, see how he goes. I made that under doctor's orders to have a couple of days off after the bee sting. They said no strenuous activity, but what do doctors know? Anyway, I made that. I didn't take any video of it. It was just out of that bit of scrap pine that I used to demonstrate the sander and the jigsaw. It was left lying there, so I just carved it into a bit. I thought I'd have a bit of a practice. And anyway, we'll see how it goes. This will be my first airbrush attempt, and I'll Google what pressure you're supposed to have at, because you just she's away. She's gone. Hit the trigger, and what's the pressure set at about 30 odd. So I'll just Google whether that's right. You can adjust it via that little knob there. I'll Google that and we'll find out. Old Google says 10 to 30 psi, so that really narrows it down. I'll just, it's set at 30, I'll just do it at 30. I'll have a bit of a practice on the can of Start You Bastard, because why not? So there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Here goes nothing. Squirt a bit of paint in. They're just cheapo Temu paints, but we'll see. I might start with a couple of drops of paint, a couple of drops of thinners, just to see what happens. Oop. That's more than 2 drops. Oh, that's a squirt. Oh, I better put some thinners in. Give it a bit of a mix up. Well, that was terrible. I could do a better job with a $2 tin of paint from WA Salvage. Would you look at that? It's a far cup. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Wait for that to dry and then sand it back and learn some more. Uh-oh, that's 2 far cups in a row. All in all, after a rough start, I think it turned out alright. I slowly got the hang of it. I don't think it's the best machine, and I'm definitely not the best operator. But I'm pretty happy with that. I haven't put scales on it. I'm not that technical yet. I don't want to ruin where I've come to, so I've got to clear coat it. And I think I'll call that done. So I've got an idea for a lure. Something similar to this. I might have bitten off more than I can chew, but I'm going to give it a go. I have started to just brainstorm some ideas about the tail. I'm not going to do a tail like that one. I thought about some of these through a brass bushing and then figure out a way to secure hook off the back. This will go in there like so. That'll go into the back of that bait, hook off the back, and 2 trebles off the front. I might need to make that a little bit bigger. That's my plan anyway, and it'll have a big lip on it as well and be cut in the centre, so it's a swim bait and a diver, and then try and incorporate these into the tail. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mission because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've got this fly making kit, El Cheapo one. I'll see if I can utilise that to put those feathers together and figure out a way to secure. I forgot to mention I also want to add, just to make my life a little bit harder, these little balls in this glass case in its stomach about there. So I'll be making it out of 4 pieces of laminated timber, and the centre 2 I'll cut a groove out before I glue them together. Slide that in there and then fill it up with super glue and baking powder. Not too sure what I'm doing here, I'm just sort of binding it. And I'll make it up as I go along. I should Google or get on YouTube and see what the hell I'm doing, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I'm just going to put big mobs of thread on it and some UV resin, I suppose, make it stick. Not sure what I'm going to do now, and I should learn how to do some knots. there they are in all their glory. I guess the real test will be when I go and fish with them, if they catch fish and if they stay together, if I do catch a fish. But to summarise, the $90 Temu Airbrush, I'm not sure it's fair to judge it on my performance. Also, I was just putting cheap Temu paints through at about $1 a bottle. So, you know, 3 factors affected the end result, I suppose. But in the end, I got the hang of it. Some things that I learned is that put the thinners in the airbrush first, and then the paint, and then mix in the airbrush. To use the airbrush, you need to keep the air on, and then slowly introduce the paint, and then keep the air on, and then turn the paint off. That way it keeps your nozzle clean and clear of paint. It doesn't dry between when you put it down and pick it up again. So yeah, that's a learning. But I slowly got better at it. Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoyed my first 2 lures. I don't think they turned out too bad. Would I... Well, I've actually ordered a better brush, a better airbrush, the actual gun itself. Maybe I might be a bit better, or maybe I might be a bit worse, but we'll see when that comes. But the next video you see will be me setting up this master baiter's hut, where I just put all the gear down here. There's somewhere to work on, arts and crafts sort of room. So until then, see you later.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Ah, yes. I see that you know your judo well.
They told me, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I fixed it anyway. And then I fixed it again and again and again, until it finally broke.